Hi guys, welcome back to another episode of The Working Man's Road to Glory, and we will be jumping straight back in with our FUT Champions games that you saw earlier on in the day. As you can see, same shirt because it is the same day, and we shall be jumping into these games now. So obviously team is as it was, and game number one we're jumping against a Bundesliga team. Not the strongest team ever, not the weakest. He did sub off that Gilavogi straight away for the end of an era at Kaká. As you can see there, he's just about to pass the ball then. And he does indeed go 1-0 up after 21 minutes. Very nice bit of play there. Waiting for the run of that Aubameyang, who is obviously lethal whenever he's in that sort of position. But then going into the second half, Promes puts it across the face. He just about managed to save it, but it is only falling to the feet of Mark Overmars, who makes this one 1-1. Then straight from kickoff, this is just a very poor goal from me. I think I defend this bit well, managed to win the ball back off of him. It clears, but Son sadly doesn't win the ball. We then do win the ball back, and look where De Ligt runs off to there, and it means that as soon as Bakayoko loses the ball, there is no backline to bail me out, and he goes 2-1 up. So that was a very bit of unfortunate play, I felt. But anyway, Kaká then bursts through and smashes that one in to make it 3-1 with a beautiful finish after the hour mark. And straight from his kickoff, from his goal, we then play it up to Son, and he does a lovely little chip shot to put us 3-2 down, but at least back into the game. And sadly, we could not make anything of it. And in the 90th minute, he just plays it again through to Kaká, who from the same position does the same thing, apart from this time slightly higher up in the air. But it all ends in the same way. It ends for a lovely goal for him and a win for him, and he played very well, deserved it. And we now move on to the next one with Player of the Month Kane, Prime Icon Rui Costa, and just a very, very strong Premier League team to go around that. Apart from Monreal in form, obviously the pace would be a bit lacking there, and we thought we were about to start this one very badly, but Tagliafico manages to get a nice block in there, and we are suddenly on the counter attack. And just some nice little 1, 2s and 3s across the front line there, puts it into Overmars, and he does not make any mistake on that 5-star weak foot of his. And then in the 20th minute, he just makes a very bad error there, tries to pass the ball out to his right back, but Son was all over that, and he puts it across face of goal. Overmars slides in to make it 2-0, and obviously the manner in which the guy did concede that goal must have annoyed him a bit. And that was the end of the game for him. So after a loss, it's very, very nice to obviously get a nice quick win back under our belts, puts a bit more confidence into us, and we move on to 14-4. So after 20 games, if we can get to 16-4, that would be absolutely fantastic, and would see us definitely being able to finish around the Elite 3 monthly. This one, jumping into this one again, R9 loan. This was the first time I think I'd come up against him, so I was going to be a bit scared to see how good it actually was. But luckily for me, the guy wasn't best of players, and so he never really got a chance to use him. We go 1-0 up after 2 minutes, and that was before we could even change formation or do any of that sort of stuff. He then takes out Martial quite badly there, and he gets an awful player switch there, and Son manages to make the most of it, puts that one in off the post. I can finally now score off the post now that there isn't a Seamus Coleman on it, and obviously it isn't online singles matches. But anyway, we go 2-0 up, and Mark Overmars manages to find Son here with a lovely little cutback, and Son does the rest of it there, just smashing that one home. 3-0 up after 23 minutes, and it is all going rather swimmingly in this game, just like the last. After half an hour, we do whip in a corner. He kind of half clears it, but Kyle Walker manages to keep it in play for us. We just pass that one back into Overmars, who tries to feed it into Son. The ball just bobbles about a bit, but that is a very, very nice finish on the volley, and with massive pressure on his back, he does very well to finish that one there and put us 4-0 up. And now just after the half-time mark, we now wait for Promise to get back on side, who just feeds it back into Overmars with that 5-star weak foot, puts it through his legs, and again another rage quit, slightly longer into the game, but still a rage quit. So which means that we can get as many games under our belt as possible, because when I was playing this, it was the Saturday night, so when I actually finished these games, that was me being finished for the night, which meant that by the Sunday night I had to play through 20 games after a full day shift in work, so it was obviously going to be quite tough. We then do come up against this team, which is an absolute mammoth team to come up against for pretty much any team, but especially when you've got one as weak as mine. But we do start this one quite well. I'm guessing he thought that I was going to cut back with Promise, but he obviously doesn't know me very well, and he doesn't know that I like that lovely dual pass. And we do find Son does that nice little cheeky finish, and then after 12 minutes Son again bursts round, and now Son puts it into Promise this time, and that was the end of the game for him. So he had that insane team, one I would kill for, and he quits after 13 in-game minutes, and I'd only had 2 shots. So he could have easily got back into that game if he was a semi-good player, but maybe he was strapped for time. As you can see there, we've only got 17 hours left now from where we are here, so going to struggle to finish, and we're probably going to try and get up to 22 wins, so that it leaves us needing 22 wins next week. And that is probably where we'll leave it. Well, I don't really mind how many games it takes me to get there. I'm probably going to sacrifice losing a few, because I'm just going to have to go all out to try and get people to rage quit quite quickly, so we can try and get up there. But we will definitely get Elite 3 monthly, no matter how it goes down. I will be getting to Elite 3 monthly. So anyway guys, that is the end of this one, and if you did enjoy, please drop on that like button. If you're new, sub to me, and until next time, cheers.